Have you ever noticed your face breaking out after a weekend of junk food? Or overindulged in a heavy, sugary meal and woken up to new pimples the next day? Many of my patients often nod when I ask this question. And how about an eczema flare-up when you're stressed and you can feel your stomach is in knots? This isn't a weird coincidence or just bad luck with your skin. It's actually your gut talking to your skin. It's part of what we call the gut-skin axis, meaning there's a real connection between the health of your gut and the health of your skin. In other words, feel it in your gut, wear it on your skin. Your gut microbiome might be the missing link in your skincare routine. I'll cover what the microbiome is, the warning signs of an unhealthy gut, how your gut health can trigger issues like acne, eczema, or psoriasis, and most importantly, what you can do, the everyday steps to nourish your gut and get clearer, healthier skin. This video aims to build up your knowledge, and by the end of it, you'll see why glowing skin truly starts from the inside out. Right, let's dive in. Welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Sabana, a family practitioner specializing in skin and aesthetics. First things first, what exactly is the microbiome? Think of it as your body's tiny ecosystem. Your microbiome is all the trillions of microorganisms living on and in you. Yes, you heard right, trillions. In fact, scientists estimate we each carry around over 100 trillion microbes, mostly bacteria, but also fungi and viruses. And this is all just in your gut. It's like a microscopic zoo inside your digestive tract. But don't worry, most of these bugs are good guys. They're supposed to be there and they help you keep healthy. Your gut microbiome is incredibly important. These bacteria in your intestines help digest your food, make vitamins, and train your immune system to fight off germs. They even help maintain the gut's barrier, the lining that decides what gets absorbed into your body and what gets kicked out. In a way, your gut microbes are like a maintenance crew for your digestion and immunity. We start collecting these microbes from the moment we're born, through our mother's milk and through the environment. And by adulthood, it's a bustling city of bacteria down there. Now, when this community of gut bugs is balanced and diverse, your body is happy. A healthy microbiome keeps inflammation low and your immune system in check. But if the wrong types of bacteria overgrow or good ones die off, a state what we call dysbiosis, basically a microbial imbalance. And this is when things can start to go wrong. An upset microbiome can disturb your digestion, your metabolism, and even your skin. Yes, I said it, even your skin. An imbalanced gut can send signals that show up as irritation or inflammation in the skin. So that's basically the microbiome in a nutshell. Your gut's microscopic community. It's central to health in ways we're still discovering. So the question is, how do you know if your gut is unhappy? So let's talk about some signs and symptoms you might notice if your gut health isn't in tip-top condition. And some of the clues might surprise you. As a GP, I often tell my patients to listen to their gut. An unhealthy gut microbiome tends to send warning signals. Here are 5 of the most common symptoms and clues. Number 1, digestive troubles. This one's obvious. Chronic bloating, excess gas, stomach cramps, heartburn, or even irregular bowel movements. So you're going from frequent diarrhea to constipation. These can all indicate that your gut microbes are out of balance. If every meal is a roller coaster for your tummy, your microbiome is telling you that it's struggling. Number 2, food intolerances. Do you ever feel awful after eating certain foods, like dairy or gluten, even if you're not actually allergic to it? Well, an imbalanced gut can make you more sensitive, leading to indigestion or even skin reactions when you eat these triggers. Number 3, fatigue and brain fog. Believe it or not, an unhealthy gut can also make you feel tired and foggy-headed. When your gut isn't absorbing nutrients well, or if it's stirring up inflammation, you might notice a lack of energy or even have trouble concentrating. Patients are often surprised that their constant fatigue improves after working on their gut health. Number 4, mood changes. Your gut and your brain are actually in constant communication via something called the gut-brain axis. If your gut microbiome is off, you might experience more anxiety, mood swings, or even dips in your mental health. Serotonin, one of the feel-good brain chemicals, is largely made in the gut. So a gut imbalance can subtly affect how you feel emotionally. And number 5, skin issues. Your skin itself might be shouting out for attention. Persistent acne, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis patches, rosacea all getting worse, or just generally dull, inflamed skin can all be reflections of your gut issues. For example, people with chronic gut conditions often have skin problems. Many folks with inflammatory bowel disease also develop psoriasis and eczema. Patients with celiac disease, which is a severe gluten intolerance affecting the gut, commonly experience rashes, itching, and rosacea. These are all obviously dramatic examples, but they illustrate the point. When the gut is inflamed or unhappy, the skin often joins the chorus. Now, having one of these symptoms doesn't prove your gut is broken, but if you're checking off several of these boxes, it might be a sign that your inner bacterial balance is off kilter. I always tell my patients, your gut is like a garden. When weeds, harmful microbes, take over the roses, the beneficial bacteria, they start to struggle, and so you start seeing thorns in the form of symptoms. Right, we've covered the gut warning signs, but why on earth would a gut imbalance give you pimples or a rash? What is the connection there? This brings us to the fascinating part about how the gut and skin actually communicate. Let's unpack the gut-skin axis and how your gut health can directly impact your skin health. The gut-skin axis is the two-way highway between your digestive system and your skin. This is where the magic happens. So how does a problem in your gut translate to a pimple on your face or a rash on your arm? Let's break it down. Firstly, there's inflammation. The key player here is your immune system and inflammation. Your gut is actually a huge training ground for your immune cells. About 70% of your immune system hangs out in your gut. When your gut microbiome is healthy, it produces beneficial compounds like certain vitamins and short-chain fatty acids. These calm inflammation and keep your immune response balanced. For instance, those gut bacteria-produced short-chain fatty acids, we call them SCFAs, have anti-inflammatory effects and help maintain skin health. They are the natural chill pills for your immune system, preventing overreactions that could inflame the skin. On the flip side, if your gut bacteria are out of whack, dysbiosis, and harmful microbes take over, they can trigger continuous low-grade inflammation in the body. Tiny pieces of bad bacteria or irritants might leak out from the weakened gut lining into your bloodstream, and this is usually called a leaky gut. Your body then goes on high alert. That systemic inflammation can show up on the skin as redness, breakouts, flare-ups of conditions like eczema and psoriasis. In fact, researchers found that many skin diseases are accompanied by an altered gut microbiome, meaning gut dysbiosis often goes hand in hand with skin issues. When the gut microbiome is imbalanced, it disturbs our immune regulation and can promote inflammatory skin conditions like atopic eczema, psoriasis, or even acne. So an unhealthy gut can essentially turn up the dial on skin inflammation. Secondly, there's the balance between friendly versus unfriendly bacteria. Think of your gut bacteria as peacekeepers. The good bugs not only crowd out the bad bugs, but they also produce helpful substances like those SCFAs and certain vitamins we discussed earlier. And it keeps your skin nourished and calm. If the good bugs diminish, say after repeated antibiotics or poor diet, and the bad bugs proliferate, your gut can become a source of pro-inflammatory signals. For example, certain bad gut bacteria might produce toxins or trigger immune cells to release inflammatory chemicals that circulate in your body, affecting distant sites like your skin. Some gut bacteria even produce neurotransmitters. These are chemicals that nerve cells use to talk to each other, and this influences skin function. Just an interesting fact, gut microbes can make things like GABA, dopamine, serotonin, which might affect skin processes like how you sense itch or how your skin regenerates. We're still learning a lot about this, but it's really fascinating. To give you a real-world example, consider how doctors treat acne or rosacea. We often prescribe antibiotics, but here's the twist. Studies have noticed that when you take oral antibiotics, the ones that you swallow, it often improves the skin conditions more efficiently than topical antibiotics. And why is this? It's not because it's killing just the bacteria on the skin, but oral antibiotics also alter the gut microbiome, likely reducing pro-inflammatory gut bacteria and thereby calming the skin. That's a powerful hint of the gut-skin connection at work. Change the gut, change your skin. Thirdly, we have the gut-skin conversation. This is a two-way conversation. We mostly talk about the gut affecting the skin, but it can work the other way around too. For instance, stress can upset both your gut and your skin at the same time. I'm sure you've noticed that you get stress-induced stomach cramps or even stress-induced pimples. And even when you look at vitamin D, which your skin makes from sunlight, healthy vitamin D levels help maintain your gut's barrier and your microbiome balance. There was a small study which looked at people getting UV light therapy on their skin. This is commonly used for patients with psoriasis treatment, and these patients weren't taking vitamin D supplements, but they noticed that there was an increase in their gut microbiome diversity after the light treatments. This indicated the light treatment helped improve vitamin D levels in the skin, which then sent a positive feedback back to the gut. This two-way communication is why we call it a gut-skin axis. Each can influence the other, but for today we're focusing on gut-to-skin axis. since that's where we can make the most impactful changes. Right, so we know an unhealthy gut can contribute to skin conditions by fueling inflammation and immune reactions. The good news is that it also means by healing your gut, you just might heal your skin, or at least significantly improve it. And that brings us to the big question: what can you actually do to nurture your gut and support healthier, clearer skin? Here are some tips you can start using today to improve your gut health. And yes, you will see benefits in your skin. The beauty of the gut-skin connection is that some simple lifestyle changes can make a huge difference. You don't need fancy creams or expensive supplements to start healing from within. Here are some practical tips to improve your gut health, which in turn can lead to clearer, calmer skin. So eat a plant-rich, high-fiber diet. Diet is number one. The best way to nurture a healthy gut microbiome is to feed those good bacteria the foods they love, and they love fiber. Load up your plate with vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds. These plant foods are packed with fiber and antioxidants that help beneficial gut bacteria thrive and reduce inflammation. In fact, a whole food, plant-focused diet can be linked to healthier skin, aging, and fewer inflammatory skin issues. One study in people with psoriasis found that those who followed a Mediterranean diet, that's lots of veggies, olive oils, fish, and whole grains, had reduced skin symptoms. And why was this? It's likely because the diet nurtures a happy gut microbiome and lowers systemic inflammation. So consider swapping out sugary processed snacks for an apple and a handful of nuts, or adding a big side of greens to your dinner. Your gut bugs will thank you, and your skin most definitely will glow. Cut back on sugary and processed foods. We all indulge sometimes, and that's okay, but try and keep ultra-processed foods, high sugar foods, as an occasional treat rather than a daily staple. Remember that heavy, sugary meals could trigger breakouts. Diets high in sugar and low in fiber can feed the wrong kind of bacteria or yeast in your gut, leading to dysbiosis. This in turn can ramp up inflammation that surfaces on your skin. So moderating sugar isn't just good for your waistline, it's great for your face too. If you have a sweet tooth, reach for natural options like fruits or dark chocolates, and for a salty crunch, try raw nuts or veggies dipped in some hummus. Small changes here go a long way. Try and include probiotics and fermented foods in your diet. Probiotics are good bacteria. While research is still evolving, adding some probiotics to your routine might help rebalance your gut. You can do this by eating fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi. These foods naturally contain beneficial bacteria. There are also some probiotic supplements, but I usually suggest food first. Probiotics are still being researched, and there's a lot we don't know. The studies so far have been relatively small, and we need more research to know what probiotics help us the most. Also, probiotic supplements are not regulated, so you don't really know what's in them and at what concentration. My advice is to consider incorporating probiotic-rich foods in your diet, and just see how your body and your skin responds. Probiotic foods are generally safe for most people and beneficial for your gut. And then there's prebiotics. I'm sure you've all heard the term prebiotic. This simply means good food for your good bacteria. Fiber is a probiotic, and especially certain types found in foods like garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, bananas, oats, and flax seeds. When your friendly gut bugs chow down on these fiber, they produce fantastic SCFAs, which we talked about earlier, and that reduces inflammation and strengthens your gut lining. So by eating fiber-rich foods, you're essentially tending the garden of your gut. Think of it as fertilizing the soil so your microbes flourish. Aim to eat the rainbow. A variety of plant foods can give your microbiome a diverse menu. And then there's stress and sleep. Managing your stress and getting good quality sleep is a major factor in your gut health. Stress can disturb the balance of bacteria in your gut and worsen conditions like acne and eczema. Ever get butterflies or an upset stomach when you're anxious? That's your brain and gut talking to each other. Chronic stress can increase gut inflammation and permeability, which might trigger skin flares. So start adding stress reduction habits in your life. So maybe something like yoga, meditation, daily walks, or simply just relaxing with a book. Whatever it is, find something that helps you unwind. And sleep. Sleep is so undervalued. Get a good 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night, and this gives your body time to reset and heal. Studies show that good sleep and less stress benefit your overall gut health, and by extension, it benefits your skin. So prioritize rest as part of your skincare routine. Think of it as beauty sleep for real. Regular exercise is another gut-friendly, skin-friendly habit to introduce. Being active most days of the week can boost the diversity of your gut microbiome and reduce systemic inflammation. You don't have to become a marathon runner. Even a daily brisk walk or a dance session in your living room will help. Plus, exercise increases healthy blood flow, which nourishes your skin. It's a win-win for both gut and skin health. Right, my final point, and this point as a doctor, I cannot emphasize enough. Be really cautious with antibiotics and harsh skincare products. Antibiotics, especially oral ones, can disrupt your skin microbiome by killing off beneficial bacteria along with the bad ones. Obviously, antibiotics are necessary sometimes, but just be mindful and use them only when needed, especially under doctor's guidance. So if you do need a course of antibiotic, consider upping your probiotic food to help replenish your gut flora. And the same applies for skincare. Try not to overuse harsh antibacterial or active soaps and cleansers that strip off your natural microbiome on your skin. A gentle, balanced approach keeps both your gut and your skin bacteria happy. The bottom line is, the healthier your gut, the happier your skin is likely to be. Science backs this up. Maintaining a healthy, balanced gut microbiome is good for your overall health. So eat a varied diet, stay active, and get a good amount of sleep. By taking care of your gut inside, you set the stage for cleaner, much radiant skin on the outside. And even if your skin issues don't disappear overnight, these steps will make you healthier overall, with plenty of other benefits: more energy, better digestion, improved mood, and the list goes on. I hope this video has you thinking about skincare in a whole new way. Not just creams and cleansers, but also kimchi and carrots. Your skin is an amazing mirror reflecting your internal health. If you're struggling with stubborn skin problems, remember to follow your gut. By nurturing those billions of little friends in your belly, you might find the solution was inside you all along. If you enjoyed this video, then you'll really like this one about the ideal menopause diet, where I explain how to manage your menopause symptoms through food. Thank you for watching.